first community hole. And every single one of these stories that we read today is something submitted by our community, either on YouTube or on Twitch or in the Discord. Never before seen. These posts are not anywhere else on the internet. Exclusive hole content.
Yep. Being
Eiffel Towered by me and that sandwich dude. Eiffel Tower of holes.
I couldn't have said it better.
Am I the asshole for no longer talking to my sister? Let's see what we got. I didn't. My white sister.
Good start for the first. Yeah, there we go.
My white sister. 3 words in, and I'm like, your sister's racist, huh? And that's why you quit talking to her? I'm betting right now.
I have a feeling this information is pertinent.
My white sister, 28F, got fired from her job recently for being racist.
You're really good at, did you know, hey, has anybody told you that you're good at this? That you're good at the hole inspecting?
She won't tell me why, but she did make a comment to my mom saying that she couldn't be racist because I, 30 non-binary, am her sibling and I am black. When my mom told me this, I was beside myself. I found that comment completely unacceptable. When I texted my sister about it, I tried to be as nice as possible, as she is extremely sensitive. I told her that I was uncomfortable with her saying things like that, as it does not make you not racist to have a black sibling, and that she should take responsibility for her own actions. Good. Yeah. Lay down the law, hold people accountable. Hold people accountable.
Yeah. I mean, already, I mean, there's more to this, but already, reason enough to not talk to your white sister, you know?
My white sister. She did not take this well and instead blew up at me, telling me she never said that, and if I think she did, that I should be ashamed of myself.
Yeah.
She also included a phrase about how I think I am better than her. It's because you are. I mean, that's not hard. Now, I don't believe my mom would have any reason to lie to me, but I know that my sister has a history of lying. So I do believe that what my mom said was true. This is not the first time that she has blown up at me, and I refuse to take the abuse any longer. I told her to, quote, go see a fucking therapist, end quote, and I blocked her number. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Snaps. Snaps in the fucking chat. Hell yeah. My mom told me later that my sister won't go to therapy because she doesn't want to, quote, stir up all her problems, end quote. I don't want to go to therapy because I don't want to be better.
That is actually a wild.
Yeah, that's like, that tells me, yes, I'm aware that I have all these problems. I am self-aware of all of these problems. I know that I have them, but I don't want to confront them or, quote, stir them all up.
Bury it, Beeps. Just bury it. Bury it in your loins.
My mom, my sister's son, and the entirety of my mom's side of the family, and mom keeps telling me that, quote, we're all she has, end quote. But I keep telling my mom that if she wants me in her life, she needs to learn how to deal with her issues. Am I the asshole for completely cutting my sister out of my life? No. Next question.
Couldn't have reverbed it better myself.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's easy. That's easy as hell.
It started off easy. I like the start off easy there.
Yeah.
Nice,
easy hole to start off with. That's not so bad. Always get consent to bingo a hole. All right, next question, starting the prediction right now.
Am I the asshole for not being upset that my friend has suddenly decided I'm not worth talking to? This is I like this one because it's like clearly the friend is like, you're not worth talking to, but then gets upset when you accept that, you know?
Gets upset that you're not upset. Gets upset that
you're not upset. Oh, it's juicy. It's already juicy.
For
we
not
haven't even read it
upset.
yet. Yeah.
That my friend. Okay, yeah.
For some background, I'm married, but both my spouse and I are polyamorous. This is relevant. My friend is also poly, but single. My friend and I are not dating in any way because of distance, He does not do distance relationships, but I have gone down to visit him a few times, and we have hooked up a few times.
Oh, some spice.
Okay. We're getting some spice in here. We're getting some spice. I'm
Okay.
liking this background. I'm liking this. Feelings have come into play.
Oh.
Something that hasn't changed things since we're both poly, but also both dedicated to staying just friends at this time due to the distance.
Okay.
We've both admitted it, as we're very open and communicative with one another, but we aren't lovey-dovey or anything like that.
Okay.
Okay. So there's a little tingle, there's a little spark, but we're keeping it. Okay. Now to the problem. I was supposed to come visit again, and as we were talking plans, I texted my spouse something unrelated and started laughing while on video chat with my friend. He gave me a funny look, and I suck at lying, so I told him the truth. I texted my spouse, only to find out I accidentally interrupted my spouse self-serving. In quotes. It was meant to be a laugh at my horrible timing. He took it wrong as me announcing my spouse's activities. So we're just putting words in people's mouths, is what we're doing. Okay, great.
And unfortunately, not anything else, I think.
He had a long talk with me the next day about how uncomfortable that made him, which is fine. If I overstepped, I'd rather be told ASAP so I can fix it.
Okay.
Next thing I knew, he canceled the next trip. Or rather, demanded I cancel it, insisted I stopped talking in his Discord or join any public voice chats in it, stopped talking / messaging him, but told me he wasn't ending our friendship or asking me to leave his Discord.
I want you to cancel your trip. I demand that you cancel this trip. You don't join my Discord. Don't talk in my Discord. Don't chat in my Discord. Don't join any voice calls on my Discord. Stop talking or messaging me. Don't interact with me at all, not even a little bit. But we're not ending our friendship, and I don't want you to leave my Discord. I want to keep you around, but at a distance. On my terms only. I want you to be around when it's convenient to me only, okay?
There's the ticket right there. The next sentence is wonderful though. So I'm stuck just observing it. I'm taking notes. He insists he isn't mad at me.
Okay,
and
buddy.
Doesn't hate me. He just pretends nothing is wrong and goes about things normally.
Is he pretending nothing's wrong?
I don't know that that's pretending at all. I don't know that.
I think you're in a situationship with your best friend, and your best friend got real weird, and that's what this is about.
My spouse is angry at how I'm being treated, as this is bringing out a lot of trauma wounds for me. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
My friend is a content creator and also won't allow me to support his content in any way or send gifts from his wish lists either, as he suddenly claims they have strings attached.
Yeah, this is just a situationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not mad at all. Not mad at all, Beeps. Not mad at all. In parentheses, I have trauma surrounding forced silence and my intentions being misunderstood or twisted around on me, and my friend knew about this. Interesting. My friend's own brother has been messaging me to help me through this and is also angry at how I'm being treated.
Okay.
One of my other partners figured out something was wrong and is also upset on my behalf. At my request, none of them are confronting him directly on my behalf because I detest white knighting and have asked that they leave it between him and I. Yes, I'm hurt. Don't get me wrong. But I understand that my friend has a lot of mental struggles that even anonymously I can't post about. In addition, he has memory issues, so he may not remember enough about my traumas to realize how much he's hurting me. But the few who know what is going on are so upset on my behalf make me wonder this. My spouse especially is literally upset that I'm not more upset, and I'm essentially sitting here waiting for him to, quote unquote, wake up and come around. or just decide if he's going to be okay with me again one day or not.
Oh, okay. So that is
Gotcha.
not at all where I thought this was going.
So am I the asshole for just not being all that upset about this? Well, it's a lot, you know?
I don't think you're an asshole for not being upset about it. I think you are instead traumatized and naive. Being upset at this situation is a totally normal and valid thing to happen. And the fact that you're not makes me worried for you. That maybe you're okay being strung along by this person and put at a distance and like kept around at arm's length to be available for this person on their own terms at the expense of you.
Well, I think I don't know that I'm reading it necessarily that way. I think that I'm more reading it as if like it's not worth, like, this friend may just not be worth the mental energy to try and rekindle that, just because it's just because it seems like it was a very rash and dramatic reaction to what went down.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right, exactly. I'm right there with you. I think it's not worth rekindling that relationship if that's how they're going to act. But the way that OP says the reason that they're not upset is because they are waiting for him to wake up and come around. OP is waiting for the reintroduction of that relationship. OP is okay with being put at arm's length and having to wait at the detriment of themselves and with these kind of toxic boundaries that their friend is setting. It feels, right, Phoenix, it's giving manipulation. It sounds like OP is being manipulated by this best friend, the best friend, instead of being upset with it, is like, okay, I'll wait, it's fine. Such a good way to put it. It's not anyone's job to stay in a timeout like that because the person who put you there had gone through something once. Right. Sounds like Bessie needs to be cut out, as well as OP taking some time to realize they're being treated badly. Right. Like, OP, you're not an asshole, but you are being treated like shit, and I think you should stand up for yourself. You are being treated like garbage, and everyone else around you realizes this, and they're upset. I think your spouse is upset at you because you haven't realized this. Yes, you're not responsible for other people's trauma. That doesn't give them an excuse to be bad to you. 100%. Next hole. Ooh. The wedding post.
I like this. We all, you have to have one. You have to have one.
Am I the asshole for not inviting my parents to my wedding?
Do you know when you read a title and you just get really excited for what's coming next? I'm there. I'm there right now. I'm there with you.
For reference, I'm the eldest of 3 kids. I am 31 and non-binary, but assigned AFAB. And it was always assigned AFAB, but AFAB, and it was always assumed I'd be married first due to being the eldest. My younger sister, 27F, was married to a sack of shit dude who didn't treat her right, and she is now divorced and has been for a few years. My younger brother, 22M, is young and disinterested in the concept of marriage. So I've been in a committed relationship with my girlfriend, 30, for 6 years, and my partner, 20F, for 4, almost 5 years. And when I'd joked in the past to my mom, 55F, that I'd always assumed I'd just elope if we were ever gonna get married, she got super upset at me for even joking and suggesting I would get married and not invite her. So we have a pre-established sort of inclination that your parents would be angry at you for not inviting them to your wedding, and you know this. You're still not the asshole for not inviting them to your wedding. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Well, last month, my partner and I decided that we wanted to get married. We are very excited to take this step, even though we are going about it very untraditionally, getting married at the courthouse very soon, and we'll have an event a year later on what will be our year anniversary. I told my sister and brother and told them obviously I want them to be here so we can plan how to get them here over the next year. For reference, both of my siblings have been living with our parents until my sister moved out with my nephew 2 months ago. My relationship with my parents is outright bad. Capital B-A-D,
All
bad.
caps. All caps.
I disowned my father, 63M, after he traumatized my sister and caused her to have PTSD. My mom and I had a good relationship throughout my life, even when I left home and moved across the country, but that changed after this incident occurred. She tried to brush it off, and I didn't feel like I could fully trust her after that, and was mostly just playing nice with her until my siblings could move out. That took longer than anticipated, but my sister recently moved away and is no longer on speaking terms with either of them. My brother still lives at home, but is not on speaking terms with our dad. How many children do you have to go through until you're like, maybe I'm the problem?
Yes. Yeah, 3 kids not on speaking terms with me? Huh.
Three adult children that refuse to speak to me? It's the children who are wrong.
Who's the common denominator?
A week before my sister moved, my mom and I were chatting and catching up over the phone like we did every once in a while. She out of the blue started asking me if she told me about my sister's boyfriend, 27M, stealing money from my dad's wallet while he was helping my sister pack. I had been told about this days before by my sister, who said that absolutely didn't happen, and my brother was also there that day and witnessed the entire event and also sided with my sister and her BF. What does this have to do with your wedding?
It's character development, Beeps. It's character development.
Oh, okay. Our parents never seemed to really like my sister's boyfriend because he's an immigrant. And racist too! Wow, I'm so surprised no one talks to your fucking parents. Okay, sister moved, boyfriend's an immigrant. My dad is also an immigrant, but thinks he's above folks who come from different countries that aren't Latin American. What?
Well.
I tried to calmly reason with her about how we've known sister's boyfriend for over half a decade, and he's an honest man who wouldn't hurt a fly, let alone steal from our family that's working poor when his family is upper class and he has access to anything he needs via his parents. They're just looking for reasons at this point. My mom then went on a tangent about how I don't ever believe her and my mom went on a tangent how I don't ever believe her and how my sister is a liar, etc., and how she made up the stuff that happened years ago for attention. I fully snapped and told her I was not about to let her victim blame my sister over something so horrible. I told her she's a terrible parent for not having my sister's back and for trying to gaslight me out of our upbringing by being not that bad. She hung up on me and I texted her telling her how disappointed I was that she continues to side with my dad, who's notoriously caused a host of problems in the family since I was born. She said that, quote, he's not like that anymore, end quote, and he, quote, regrets any, quote, stupid things he did in the past. How much you want to bet he's never said that to any of the kids and never apologized or done any sort of communication about that to anyone?
There's no way.
There's no way. What happened with my sister wasn't a simple mistake or oopsie that can be brushed off. I told her I don't want her in my life until she realizes he's toxic and either leaves him or maybe I'll consider talking to her again after he dies. Then I blocked her number. I cannot overstate how much trauma this man has put my family through in the almost 32 years I've been alive. My mom recently found out about my engagement by way of rifling through my brother's mail.
Illegal.
And seeing an envelope for a save the date that I mailed him. She's furious and upset and hounding my brother to convince me to talk to her again because of this. And he obviously isn't going to try to talk me into having another conversation with her. So, am I the asshole for not inviting my parents to my wedding?
The title should just be, am I the asshole for like cutting out my parents?
Right.
You know? More so than the wedding thing. I think the wedding thing is like not. That's
just
like
the
a small. That's
here.
a small little. Yeah, that's a small little facet of the entire thing. But no, I would say not the asshole.
Yeah. Yeah, like I was expecting the wedding post and we got the family trauma post, which, you know, most of the time those go hand in hand, but Like, this post isn't about a wedding. This post is about how fucked up your parents are.
Yep.
I don't think you're an asshole for cutting them out. I don't think you're an asshole for not inviting them to your wedding. It sounds like they need a reality check, and maybe this might be this. One of two things is going to happen. This is going to fester for them, you not talking to them, hopefully getting your siblings to do the same, and they'll come around, they'll realize, they'll try to apologize. Or two, you cut out some shitty people from your life. And nothing of value was lost. See you. See you time. What? Is this? This is a different post.
I'm pretty sure worded exactly the same.
So
Like
we're on
verbatim.
18. Am I the asshole for not inviting my family to my wedding? Trigger warning: homophobia, financial abuse, racism. Hey, Chat and Beeps. Am I the asshole for not inviting my family to my wedding? I, 24F, and my partner, 25M, decided to get married 2 years ago. My family had repeatedly walked all over me my entire life. The straw that finally broke the camel's back was a conversation I had with my sister over Skype. I was sharing the ideas I had for the wedding with my sister. For example, the color I wanted for the theme and the flowers I wanted. I was in my apartment kitchen when my partner from the kitchen table pipes up and says, "I'm not going to have homophobic people at my wedding." But my sister ran to our mom in another room and then asked, "What did he say?" I had a gut feeling this wasn't going to go well. I answered with what he had said, and my mother then said, "Well, it looks like we aren't coming. I don't know what you expect from that." Well, we're homophobes, so what do you expect? Well, we hate gay people.
Wow.
So what do you mean?
You said the rules.
Not the asshole. Next question. We're a paragraph in, and it's like, okay, there's more story here. Are you sure? My partner and I had discussed previously how hurtful it was for me that my family will never see me as their child ever again when I came out to them twice. They had previously made me pay for half the bills when I was still living with them and talked terribly about anyone who wasn't white, cis, or straight. They truly were people that weren't healthy to have in my life. My partner knew deep down I was never going to stand up to them because I was too scared. He took it upon himself to be the one that they hated. Honestly, I was hoping that they were going to turn a new leaf, but I knew that wasn't going to happen. Shortly after that Skype call, I got a text from my dad at 1 a.m. He basically asked why I was so disrespectful to my mother and said he would come and, quote, "give me something to cry about, and if he couldn't get in, he would shoot down the door."
Oh my God.
Call the cops and get a restraining order against these people. They're not your family, and they have obviously shown that they don't give a shit about you. Do old people not realize that the things they threaten to do are crimes? I don't know. I don't think they do because they feel entitled to your body, your personage, your respect as their child. I'm not joking. Needless to say, I blocked him too. 2 days later, my sister was blowing up my phone crying at 3 a.m. I didn't answer, but then my fiance did. She was crying because apparently my father had a stroke a few hours ago. I called my mom and she said he was fine. That's unfortunate. They're blocked/cut off. I'm never speaking to them again. Thanks for reading. Was this an Am I the Asshole post, or was
I don't
this
even
a
know what that
venting
was.
post?
I don't even know if that was an Am I the
No, they're like, let me tell you this
Asshole
story. I don't care. I know I'm not the asshole.
Thanks for reading.
Thanks for reading. Yeah.
Inviting a father that does something like threatens that is like not safe. It's like not safe.
That's irresponsible to all the guests at your wedding. Like that's
100%.
You are now concerned for the health and safety and well-being of all the guests at your wedding. I think it's like not inviting them to your wedding is the literal least you could do. You should honestly get a restraining order and bar them from the premises and probably call the cops. Yeah, no, not the asshole even a little bit. Your parents are threatening to murder you. I feel happy, I guess, that the dad nearly croaked for thinking about committing crimes against his child. Karma said, have of this.
Have of this.
I'll kick down the door, shoot down your wedding. I'll give you something to cry about. Oh, wait, I'm old. Fuck, hang on. Ooh, our first update post from the last community posting.
Oh, and it's one of the, I remember this one.
Yep. Oh, the way
I
I could see your face light up as soon as we saw this title. You were like, oh, I know this.
Yeah, I remember this post.
Good shit.
Update. Am I the asshole for not going on a 100% paid vacation because of family drama? To anyone who is unaware, I submitted a community post about an upcoming trip to Disney. My dad's paternal siblings offered to pay for 100%. My cousin came out as non-binary, and all hell broke loose, leading to me saying I'm no longer going if my non-binary cousin can't also come with everything paid for, and my hyper-religious auntie apologizes to them for threatening with conversion therapy.
Yeah.
One thing I want to clarify. In my post, I said conversion therapy because that's what my cousin told me the pamphlet was for. Okay? Turns out it isn't explicitly that. However, it is still a church-ran 3-day camp in cabins up in the mountains where all participants fast from food and water from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., dedicate the majority of the day to pray away their sins, get baptized in a chlorine pool, and there's a safety waiver all participants have to sign regarding the fasting and a coincidental harm that might result in the hands-on activities. So no electrotherapy, but still potential for harm beyond starving them for 14 hours a day. The thing that just makes it quote unquote not a conversion camp is that, or conversion therapy, is because there is no electrotherapy, and that's the only thing that they.
If that's the only thing that differentiates you, maybe you're the problem.
Right?
Literally legally distinct conversion camp, which that phrase makes me want to fucking vomit, dude.
The whole trip has fallen apart. Oh.
Wow, really?
Whoa. You don't say. One of my younger aunties decided enough was enough and basically did the same thing I did. Good.
Fuck yes. Fuck
Good.
yes, dude.
That's awesome.
You set an example, and people who were too afraid to stick up to your family have started coming out of the woodwork too. Fuck yes, that's amazing.
Her husband and their kids pulled out of the family vacation and are going to Disneyland on their own a week before.
Yes.
And my direct family has also taken my side. So we, along with my non-binary cousin, are planning to go together then. The matriarch auntie has gone volcanic, which I've never heard anybody be described that way. The matriarch auntie has gone volcanic with her husband, my actual blood-related uncle, and the youngest auntie taking her side. She doesn't have my direct phone number, so she blew up my parents' phones demanding my number, and when they refused, she called our whole family rotten and destined for hell. The daughter of my youngest auntie is also quote-unquote destined for hell because she took our side over her own mother's, and has informed me that now I'm the villain behind this all and not my non-binary cousin, and I am quote-unquote a rotted weed that deserves to be plucked off the family tree.
Jesus fucking...
That is a wild thing to say.
It's
about
giving
somebody.
Nazi. Ooh. Ooh.
Right, yeah, it is.
Ooh.
Yes, it is.
Ooh. Ooh. But also, I think you're living, one of my biggest dreams. You have become the queer-coded Disney villain of all of our childhoods.
100%. About 2 weeks after everything blew up, The entire family on the paternal side was invited by my uncle to mend bridges at their house for a barbecue next week, Saturday, October 14th. I told my parents to tell them I don't see the point unless it's for his wife to apologize.
Yeah, this is all a ruse to yell and scream and berate at the people. 1000%. I'm sorry, mending only works on a single break or tear in an object you touch, such as a broken chain link, two halves of broken key, a torn cloak, or a leaking wineskin. It's a single break or tear, not an absolute gigantic nuclear explosion, leveling the entire bridge and everyone on it.
You can't use that cantrip here. You can't use that cantrip
here. Yeah,
it's
you would need a
that.
wish spell at minimum to mend this bridge.
The cousin whose wedding this is supposed to be for has postponed his wedding until wintertime of next year. So her doubling down doesn't even make sense because it's not for her son's wedding anymore. But there's no logic to be had when it comes to turf arguments.
Real.
That's the truth.
So real.
This is going to be the only update I give, since this can either only devolve worse and it will no longer be directly because of my cousin, or it will stay as is and we'll maybe stay in contact with them during Christmas. Anyways, thanks again for everybody who got mad with me last time. Much love, Beeps and Brats.
Good update.
That's a great update. That's the update we wanted.
My White Sister 20. Honestly, My White Sister sounds like the title of several different pieces of media, some of which would not be safe to show on twitch.tv or YouTube. Sorry, we're 3 words in and I can't shut the fuck up.
Still whole content.
You're not wrong. Still whole content.